Every year around the holidays, I get pretty nostalgic. It's fairly common, I would imagine, given that holidays kind of act as a kind of momentous occasion when you're a kid and things like that for most people. The gift giving, the family time, seeing family I haven't seen in a long time, the constant excitement and the, holiday joy or cheer or whatever. This year hits kind of different, however, due to the world being the way that it is. You don't really get to experience holidays in the same way, or at least you shouldn't be if you're being a safe, responsible person. And so things feel a little weird. And usually I do a whole gameplay commentary thing on my second channel talking about it, basically saying the same thing every year, watching old Scene Anners videos, kind of reminiscing on how my holidays used to be. And this year, I'm not. This year, not only are things kind of weird and I'm thinking about things more because of the human malware situation preventing our normal, holiday season from being the way that it should be. I'm also in the middle of moving. I've been moving for almost a month straight now. We bought a house exactly a month ago at the day I'm recording this. And we're not, doing a lot of the normal holiday stuff for that reason as well. So today I wanted to do something a little different. I saw that through Prime Gaming or Twitch Prime, you can get Battlefield 3 for free, which is pretty cool. Log into Twitch, click the little chest icon, find Battlefield 3. It'll give you a code to activate on Origin or give away. Go play, have fun. I wanted to make a special video, a special holiday kind of nostalgia video from the way that I normally do it. And today we're giving an ode to the casual in and out shooters, the casual in and out multiplayer games that you could just jump in, jump out, play in between, trips to your family or whatever, and kind of enjoy during the busy parts of life that kind of give you a brief little bit escape without requiring too much sweat or too much time away from what you want to be doing. So that's today's video. Before that, let's talk about our sponsor for this video, Nerd or Die, and their new winter sale. The winter sale contains 50% off popular packs for streaming to get all of the overlays, alerts, widgets, panels, everything you can imagine for your live stream, including Synthwave, Focus, and the Glitch 2 pack, which contains cyberpunk themed aesthetics if you're looking to stream Cyberpunk 2077. You also get 25% off site-wide with the code MARY25 on basically everything in the store if you're not looking to get those specific packs, and they have tons of other resources available as well. Go check out the Nerd or Die winter sale over at eposvox.gg/nerdordie and check it out today. I'm EposVox, the stream professor. Today we're not talking about streaming though. We're talking about the thing that most people stream, and that is video games. And with that, I'm showing some Battlefield 3 here. You may not think so based on my incredibly low level on this account of the game, but Battlefield 3 was a game I thoroughly enjoyed. Now, part of the reason my level is so low is because I started on Xbox 360 and primarily played there, and then picked it up on PC years later and blah, blah, blah. But also because a lot of the shooters and a lot of the games that I enjoy, I don't get to play a lot. Even growing up when I was a kid, I didn't have a ton of time to play a lot of games. I had time, by all means, but I always had friends that I went to school with who played for hours and would be up all day, all night playing games, no lifing them, hitting max levels, beating everything, and I was never really able to be that person. And as I've gotten older, I had bursts of more time for it, and now I'm back to having no time again as a new dad and someone who's moving and an adult with adult responsibilities. It just kind of happens. And so I really miss that these kinds of games where, like Battlefield 3, especially with Rush, with the servers on PC being, the in and out experience versus matchmaking, squad DM, TDM, things like that. Rush being my favorite, but harder to get into these days. Battlefield 3 was just so nice for me. It was a game where I could log in, shoot some people, watch some jack frags or level cap videos and feel like I could do anything, log in, get my butt kicked, but kind of do decent, and always be unlocking something. Because Battlefield, at least, when you weren't at the end of the, end game, there was always something to unlock. There was always progress. Now, it could be overwhelming at times, but literally, you would level up the class you were playing, you would level up the game you were playing, or the gun you were using, you would unlock camos, attachments, other guns. There was always something to progress and unlock, and the gaming experience was just so smooth. Plus, the game is drop dead gorgeous. Still playing at 1440p today, I would be totally fine if Battlefield didn't really look any better than Battlefield 3 continuing. I just want it to play nice. Obviously the J.J. Abrams style lens flares were pretty obnoxious, but visually it looks really freaking good, and it's a lot of fun. And I feel like this era of games is behind us now. And in fact, what makes me sad is a lot of these games that I used to play this way for tens of years are now dying as well, due to the way that the gaming landscape has changed. You see, for the longest time, you could always go back and play your older shooters that you loved, be it Halo Combat Evolved, Unreal Tournament, Quake 2, Quake 3, Call of Duty 1, Call of Duty 2, Call of Duty 3, Call of Duty 4, Call of Duty 5, whatever. Like, there were always servers online and always people playing, and I have found over the past, I want to say, 3 to 4, maybe 5 years, that has really diminished due to the influx of free-to-play battle royale games and other kinds of shooters like that, like Apex Legends, Fortnite, things like that. That has kind of attracted the player base that didn't want to buy new games, that wants to still have those multiplayer experiences. And inherently, that's a good thing. Inherently, overall, I'm not going to complain about there being new games, but it is a completely different gaming experience. If I want, like, in the course of the night of me getting footage for this video, I played like 8 different video games. I had like 20-minute sessions in 8 different games, and I got a wide gamut of all of my gaming cravings kind of fulfilled in a brief period of time, knowing that I only had a couple hours to play with in the first place. And I get to do that recurringly with these games if there are people playing. Team Fortress 2, Unreal Tournament, Quake, Call of Duty, jumping back into old Call of Duties, although I was sad to see apparently there is quite literally zero population in Modern Warfare Mastered on PC. While the original Modern Warfare still has players, and that's fine, a lot of the servers I wanted to play are gone and filled with bots or what have you. Apparently on PC it's just died, even though on PS4 Modern Warfare Remastered is still kind of kicking. But a lot of these games have diminished in popularity or player base as these new free-to-play games have come forward. And it's kind of a problem for me, for gamers like me who just want a casual arcade shooter experience. Because that's what a lot of shooters have always been, for myself at least. It was, whether there was SBMM, skill-based matchmaking or not, it was always a good time to just log in. You log into Call of Duty, you lone wolf it for a little bit, you get mad at campers, but generally you have a good time, you kill people, you die, you lose a couple matches, you win a couple matches, and it's a good time. Team Fortress 2, you hop into a 64-player 2-fort server, make 0 progress, but you're killing people and it's fine. Or you find an actual server actually making progress. You decide to log into Unreal Tournament or Quake and get your butt smashed in by the one person who's been no-lifing it for 20 years, and you wonder why you did it at all. Games like that, Battlefield even, like we're showing and talking about now. Those were the games that really carried my multiplayer gaming for most of my life. Like, once they became a thing, like I was even starting in the old school, nowadays it's really weird, but the old school Combat Arms days, like I was playing all the free-to-play shooters, all of these casual, like, in and out games that it seems like are going away, between Battle Royale being the leading format, which is inherently a much bigger investment. Games like Apex Legends have made a lot of progress towards kind of speeding up the gameplay loop, in that you don't have to wait as long, you don't have to spawn island crap, you just kind of get in and go. But it's still a much bigger investment, because a session in Apex could still take anywhere from 5 minutes to an hour, depending on, not an hour, but like half an hour, depending on how slowly the match progresses. And that's a lot bigger of an investment versus a domination or TDM match in Call of Duty or what have you, or even a basic rush match, which can go a long time, but you're not obligated to stick around in it, like Battle Royales. Whereas modern games have all of these ranking systems and all of these credit systems to prevent leavers, something that I don't think was ever really considered a problem on the PC side of things before, that you are obligated to stick around even in a completely losing, there's no mercy mercy in the match kind of thing. You're just stuck to lose if you're losing, or you're not having fun, or you need to go. You're kind of feeling obligated to stick around, or you're potentially punished for it. And then you have systems like the skill-based matchmaking systems, which supposedly have existed in every multiplayer shooter, or most of them, since Halo 2, but we didn't notice it before. And that's what I hate about that argument. There's a whole article I will link in the description below. I believe it's from Vice, where they were talking about skill-based matchmaking, and the article came to a really good conclusion in the middle of the article, and then forgot all about that and came to a completely different conclusion by the actual conclusion. In that, supposedly, according to multiple game devs, basically every popular multiplayer shooter since Halo 2 has had skill-based matchmaking in play, but the difference of showing it versus not showing it and separating casual versus ranked players was enough to appease everyone and make it even. That's what a lot of us want. I want a ranked versus unranked, a casual versus tryhard playlist where even if there is skill-based matchmaking, it's still a more laxed, less sweaty, easy time to play without feeling like I'm just constantly fighting an uphill 90-degree curve of, fights. And the article realized that and processed that and was like, yeah, that was a really good time. It worked really well according to these people. And then it just forgot about it as it continued to talk about, oh, you can't get away from skill-based matchmaking. It was always there. Like, yes, it's probably always there. But the separation of ranked versus unranked to give people like me who don't want to try my best all the time, that doesn't mean I just want people to suffer and have a miserable time. But like, you can jump in, having a good match, a bad match, a good match, a bad match, and generally feel okay, versus a lot of the, especially with the newer Call of Duties, the skill-based matchmaking makes it feel like every match you have to try your best or you just don't get to make any progress because it's putting you up against people that are as good as you, if not better than you, every time. And it just feels completely not how the games used to play at all. And it's honestly depressing. It feels like I'm being alienated from the genre that was my defining genre for a very long time. I competed professionally in Halo at one point. I don't want to go back to that right now. I have more priorities. I just want to sit back and not feel like I'm gonna get smashed on if I don't try my absolute best. And there's so much of a weird disconnect there of content, of like viewers who see that and think that content creators, streamers or whatever just want to pub stomp all day. And yeah, it feels pretty good to be able to pub stomp every once in a while. It doesn't mean we want that to be every match. And like someone like me, I want that, but not to make content from it. I don't usually make gaming videos anymore. It's not content for me. I just want to have a good time. And playing like normal TDM in Modern Warfare or 2019, oh, that is not a good time at all. Even once I got used to the gun mechanics and all of that, like, no, there's a lot to say there. And I just really miss the older shooters of the like 2010s and the early 2000s where you just logged in. I jump in Battlefield 3, I've jumped in multiple nights in a row in Battlefield 3. Had a lot of fun. Did pretty well in some matches, did terrible in others. It didn't really matter. I had fun. I got to shoot people. It wasn't making the game harder for me as I played because that doesn't make any sense. And I met a couple cool people along the way who were hanging out in the server. And that was the cool thing about casual PC shooters is everyone just had these servers they stuck to, and so you got to meet regulars and stuff like that. And all of that's out the window. Like even if you popped in like for 2 minutes every few days, like you'd start to recognize people. And now you're obligated to spend a very long time playing, and they expect you to play nothing but that game so you can get so good at that game that you'll spend money on the microtransactions and you will be up to snuff to actually fight the skill-based matchmaking. And I see a lot of complaints about the ranked versus unranked stuff separating player bases, but inherently that's literally all the skill-based matchmaking is made to do. The reason it has gotten so like tightened and locked down is because they removed those separate playlists, and then they want to protect the Christmas newbies, as we used to call them, the new people that come in that have really no idea what they're doing and getting smashed on. They want to protect those people. So inherently you're already separating those people into a separate, playlist anyway. It's just not visible. And I think a lot of that should be, I think we have a lot of the past to look back to see how to align shooter multiplayer moving forward. But it could just be that I'm an old man and the way that we liked things back in the day is different and whatever. But I asked on Twitter what games you all liked to jump in and play just for a casual classic multiplayer experience, and most of it were the games I covered here. Quake 2, Quake 3, not Quake Live because they changed stuff. Counter-Strike Source, that was a good one. Team Fortress 2, Half-Life 2 Deathmatch before that. Unreal Tournament, classic Call of Duties. I bounced around. I played Modern Warfare, or Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I played Black Ops 1, which still has a little bit of a player base on there. I played Black Ops Cold War, and then I went back and played freaking Call of Duty 1 multiplayer. Now, most of the servers are full of bots, but they have enough bots in there that it is still slightly a challenge, and it just feels like a giant war zone. And it's a lot of fun playing on Carentan, aka Chinatown from COD 4. It's a lot of fun, and it sucks to me. Like, it really sucks that I log into these games each year, and there are less and less active servers, less and less real people playing, less and less opportunities to actually play the experience I want. Like, there's no pro mod TDM servers left on COD 4 anywhere, and less opportunities to have this experience, because it's not like the new games have replaced it. The new games have not replaced that. I will log into Apex and have a good 3-hour session and have a good time, but it is not what I boot up when I know I have 10 minutes and I want to get a breath in on a game, Apex won't be it. Call of Duty these days is usually not it. Cold War could be it if they tweak it, but they won't probably. And, you know, the latest shooters just aren't doing it. So, I guess I didn't mean to end this on like a negative note, but here's to you. Here, I'm gonna, my beverage here. Here's to you, casual shooters of the past. The Battlefield 3s, the older Call of Duties, the Unreal Tournaments, the games that let us jump in and out with minimal complaint, minimal issue, and just let us play some games for a few minutes at a time to just get us by during the day, during the week, during the year. Here's to you. Cheers, classic shooters. We may not see much of you moving forward. Hope you enjoyed this weird video. Let me know what you think about this completely not normal for this channel format in the comment section down below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe. I'll see you next time.